Hey, what up, everybody? I hope all of y'all is having a blessed and humble day. Continue to have a blessed and humble night. This y'all shorty Rachel. I want to welcome all of y'all to the Writers for Life brings you the Let's Talk About It podcast show. And y'all know when it comes to the podcast, we talk about it all, man. Today we're gonna be having some random topics and thoughts. We're gonna be talking about the current news, schools, and much more. Now you can hear all that. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but I feel as though y'all can hear everything that's going on out there through the mic in here. Blessings, Gary. Bust it down. My bad. I was about to mess up his name. Gary Bust It Down Brown. Guys, make sure y'all go check out Gary Bust It Down Brown, man. He has great conversations, great topics. He also has a sports channel. For those of y'all that like sports, right? Gary, I think you have a ranch. You should be able to leave your channels down below for anybody that wants to go check you out. But trust me, man, you will not be disappointed when you go to his channel. Great wisdom, great knowledge he has to, pass on. But let's get this podcast started, right? We're going to start off with an hour of the current news. There's so much going on. I know that a lot of y'all, know what's going on. Some of y'all don't, right? But, this channel is not to sit here. We're not going to be debating. We're not going to be arguing, right? I do open panels. Let's talk about it, man. I would love to hear y'all perspectives and y'all opinions. If there are some solutions, leave them down below, man. I'm sure you will listen. We're not here to judge or bring anybody down. So let's listen to what's going on around the news. Around the news, you hear me, around the world. I'm over here tripping. Like, get it together, shorty. Oh, and before I get started, right? Before I do get started, yo, here's something I do notice, right, with a lot of people, man. I notice that a lot of people just either, I guess they, see titles, they assume, they come up with their own conclusions, man. And this is something that I don't get tired of saying, man. Listen, if our opinions bother you, right, listen, this is not the channel for you, right? We're not here to change nobody's minds. We're not here to convince anybody of anything. We're not debating. I feel as though to get to a solution, if we're gonna have to go through a debate, we're not gonna get nowhere, right? Because with a debate, it takes forever. And for me, I feel as though there's different types of debates, right? And I don't think that when we're looking for a solution, we should be debating solutions. I've said that time after time, right? This channel, we can have conversations, we can talk, we can agree to disagree, right? If you don't like what somebody is saying, hey, kudos, man. But there's no need to disrespect. I've noticed that people, right, don't watch the full video. They'll stay here, they'll assume, and they'll just go by a title. And what's crazy is, right, I grew up with that saying, don't ever judge a book by its title. And that's what a lot of people is doing. They don't take the time, or, let's just say the time, point blank, period, to sit here and listen to what somebody is saying. They'll just sit here, they'll write stupid shit on the video. Hey, y'all more than welcome, but look, listen, still my platform, my channel. It's up to me if I leave the dumbass comments. So with that being said, listen, man, this is something that I'm going to add on. I think I'm going to make this a little thumbnail. Not a little thumbnail, a little overlay, right? There is no single definition for anything everyone sees. Everyone has their own way of defining things. The meaning of concepts are subjective and varies across individuals. There are many different ways to define things depending on who you ask. So listen, man, opinions are like assholes and we all got one. If my opinion offends you, listen, I can't help that. The door is right there. Just make sure the doorknob doesn't hit you where the good Lord split you. All I ask is let's be respectful. And let's get it started, right? So apparently, listen, look, I hope I don't offend nobody with this, right? But I feel as though that we do got a lot of entitled transgender people, right? And I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm not covering words. We're not doing that on this panel, right? I feel as though we got a lot of entitled transgender people, right? And they got entitled rich people, entitled kids, entitled, siblings and stuff like that. We got a lot of entitled transgender people, and it's costing them their lives. And what I mean by that is that, listen, like I've told people, man, if you got a preference, right, that's on you. Listen, if you like the same sex, right, that's on you. But if somebody is saying no, no means no. If this person is not into you, if this person is not into the same sex, you see where I'm coming from? All I can say is like everybody likes hopping on rainbows. You need to watch it. You need to be careful. And you need to make sure that them hands can match them words. You see where I'm coming from? It's too many transgender people out here thinking that, because of before Trump started changing all this stuff, with the transgender and the women's the women's locker rooms and all that stuff, right? A lot of them was really trying to, a lot of them was getting themselves hurt, and it's getting worse now. I don't know if people are doing it on purpose. I don't know if the some of these people are, looking for it. What I mean, some people doing it on purpose is like they're out there looking to see who's a transgender and boom, trying to off them. Or if the transgender people are still trying, to sit here and by any means necessary, a no means a yes. Listen, if you like the same sex, right, and this person is not into that, I think you should walk away. Take that L, take that loss. Don't keep insisting, because now you're becoming something more like somebody that's harassing, a stalker, a predator. No means no. And I think some people need to learn how to accept that. So we're going to get started with this video right here, right? 5 people charged for allegedly killing and torturing Minnesota trans man. I feel bad for a lot of them, but it's like in certain situations, and I apologize for my voice, it makes it sound a little raspy right now and a little, I don't know if I'm going under the weather or what, but a shorty been feeling like crap for the past couple of days, yo, so I appreciate those that have patience. Blessings. We got the beautiful Selena in the building, guys. Make sure y'all go check out Selena. Selena, you do have a wrench. You can drop the link down below so people can go check you out. Guys, trust me, you will not be disappointed when you go check out the Selena. And one thing I can sit here and tell you is, listen, man, you will fall in love with her interviews. She does some of the best interviews. I don't even know how to put it. She does. I can't even say the best. I'm gonna say some of the best interviews here on YouTube, because I can't say the best. You see where I'm coming from? Because then people are gonna start feeling like entitled, like the video we're about to get into right now. And some of us are gonna want to feel like Hassan Campbell have to knock somebody's snot box out their fucking face. But make sure y'all go check out the beautiful Selena. Great content. You will not be disappointed. Different topics, and she has great conversations, yo. So let's get this Jones started, right? Let's see what they got to say.
Developing tonight, a horrifying investigation in New York. 5 people are now charged with murder after allegedly torturing and killing a transgender man from Minnesota. Joe McCoy joins us now with more. Joe? Developing tonight, a horrifying investigation in New York. 5 people are now charged with murder after allegedly torturing and killing a transgender man from Minnesota. Joe McCoy joins us now with more. Joe?
Julie, investigators are calling this one of the most horrifying crimes they have ever seen. Sam Norquist was a transgender man from Minnesota who traveled to New York in September to meet his online girlfriend. His family says he bought a round-trip plane ticket, but never returned home.
Oh, wow.
Patty's Lodge Motel in Hopewell, New York, was the site of a police search warrant yesterday, as investigators say it was the last place Sam Norquist was known to be staying. Nordquist, a transgender man from Minnesota, was found dead in a field in a nearby county after investigators say he was tortured for months.
Based on evidence and witness statements, we have determined that Sam endured prolonged physical and psychological abuse at the hands of multiple individuals.
These 5 people, ranging from 19 to 38 years old, have each been charged with second-degree murder and are being held in jail without bond.
This is by far the worst homicide investigation that our office has ever been a part of. Facts and the circumstances of this crime are beyond depraved.
3 days ago, Sam's sister Kayla posted a GoFundMe to raise money so she and her mom could fly to New York and look for Sam. The post says Sam went to New York on September 28th to meet his online girlfriend, and he bought a round-trip ticket to return to Minnesota 2 weeks later.
He wasn't planning on staying.
Sam never came home, and according to the post, the last time they heard from him was on January 1st.
No human being should have to endure what Sam endured.
That's true. Sam still looks like a woman, though. Okay, so I'm guessing that Sam didn't go through the full surgery. Sam still got breasts. It seems like Sam got set up. It's unfortunate. Listen, man. This I'm gonna say he got catfished, right? I'm gonna say it like this: a lot of people are getting catfished online. You got to be careful with these online apps. I don't know. I don't care if it's YouTube. I don't care if it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. They got all these new apps too, man. You got to be careful with this online dating, trying to meet up with people, trying to hook up with people, man. Unless you know these people, in person, or I mean, damn, it's crazy. See, this is why I'm skeptical about meeting people online. I'm not. And if I do meet somebody on some business type tip, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I'm gonna be strapped. But it's crazy, right? That it does not just happen to the transgender people; it's happening to a lot of people around us. But it's unfortunate, right, that they're doing this to them because of the community that they're in. I feel as though, listen, man, whatever you're into, right? It's not my business, not their business. I thought that this was going to be another video of an entitled transgender, right? But that's why I gave two perspectives. Like, I wasn't sure in the beginning. Like, I'm like, oh, is it about an entitled transgender, or is it, that somebody's out here, looking for them? So it does seem that it was my second guess. It seems like there's people online right now trying to catfish people that seem to be transgender, and they're not sitting here catfishing to like steal their money or nothing. This person is missing. So it seems like they're catfishing them to to be malicious with it. I gotta find the right words, right? Because I'm not trying to listen, man, they have a habit of striking my videos. So I gotta find the right words. So have patience with a shorty, all right? There's no filters in my mouth. That's the damn problem. I have no filters. Like, I'm gonna have to figure something out. I hate that happened to that person. At the end of the day, he was human. That's a fact, Selena. Like, regardless of anything, they are still human. Like I said, man, I have a lot of acquaintances that are transgender, and I feel as though, right, a lot of them are the nicest people in the world. The same thing with gay people. I'm gonna say it like this, man. Like, I'm gonna be real serious, because normally I would say people that have on rainbows just so that YouTube won't strike me, but this is something a little serious. So I really do feel bad for them, because they get bashed a lot. They get curved a lot. They get put down. Like, listen, they get mistreated to the point, and I get it. But at the end of the day, like, I've had a lot of them that are like that around me, right? And they're not disrespectful. They're not trying to sit here and hit on me. You know how a lot of people are, be like, yo, man, I can change. I can make you do this. I'm sitting here like, the studs, the lesbians. I've had a lot of them. I'm going to try to convert, man, please. You see where I'm coming from? Like, I don't care what your sex preference is. But if this person is not into you, leave them alone, because there's consequences behind every action. No means no. And that's the problem with a lot of them. I've noticed that, and it's not everybody in the community. Daughter, I'm going to need you to do me a favor. This is not a conversation for kids, so can you please? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. A lot of them are very entitled, and they can't take no for an answer. And it's unfortunate they go through this. But they're not, listen, the majority of them are not bad people. They're not, how can I say, they're not even malicious. But it's unfortunate the bad apples in the community, in the group, right, make all of them seem like this. And I don't see everybody, the same way I see the bad apples. That's just me. And it's messed up. Well, let's continue, yo. This is unfortunate. But the whole point is, yo, whether you transgender or you straight, whether you hopping on rainbows or not, be careful with this online app dating shit, man. You never know who is really the person behind. Listen, they can make you think that they are whatever they want to be. But you don't know these people from a can of paint. You see where I'm coming from? Me personally, I could never fall in love with somebody that's online. I don't know how this is me personally. And I know that it works for a lot of people, right? But me personally, I can't trust. Like, you're on this other screen. I'm never really seeing you, and I'm not going to meet you until we meet in person. So until we meet in person and I get to know you, everything that you're saying to me is like a myth. It's like a story. But that's the way I think.
Investigators would not comment on the relationship Norquist had with the 5 suspects. His death remains under investigation, and authorities say they have not ruled out the potential of this being a hate crime.
That's what that was, a hate crime. For real, for real. So, look, listen, there's people out here that are targeting them. And what happened is, unfortunately, this man, right, Sam, got catfished. And now his family and the ones that care about him are out there looking for him. This happened right here in New York, an hour or two away from me. Like, this is crazy. Be careful with this online dating, man. Mom of Detroit kids who froze to death. I asked the wrong people for help. Oh, I heard about this story, man. Guys, I don't think I left my DM in there, right? But y'all can 1 second. I gotta take my camera off. I'm late. Let me see. I'm gonna let this video play while I get my Instagram, man. Keep leaving these videos for me to keep bringing awareness to, man. Keep DMing a shorty. But damn, I gotta see what happened. She said she asked the wrong people for help. And listen, man, as a single mom, man, I know it's not easy to trust. It's not easy to trust, but one thing I can sit here and tell you, man, there are some people out here that are willing to help you. I mean, me from experience, like, I had a hard time trusting people because nothing in this world is free, right? So it took me a minute to understand that the ones around me really wanted to help me because they cared. But because what I've seen, right, what I have seen people go through and what, I've been through personally, I feel as though, nothing is free. Somebody wants something in return. But this one, I'm trying to figure out how did her kids freeze to death, right? Tatiana, didn't we review and react to this before? I think we did. Tatiana Williams, 29, says she asked for help months and she struggled with housing for her family before 2 of her children died from apparent hypothermia during a freezing night in Detroit. Was this the mom that was in the car where her kids died? Let's see.
Everybody who know me know I worship the ground them kids. Everybody who know me know I worship the ground them kids walked on.
The 29-year-old mother of the 2 kids that likely froze to death Monday in the parking structure of the Hollywood casino.
Maybe I asked the wrong people for help.
Maybe.
That was the only thing I did wrong.
Tatiana, remembering how many times she reached out for a place to live, she asked the father of the 2 kids that died.
He had an excuse every time. Either he's working, they can't come where he's living. He lived with a female, and the parents and them don't want kids there or something.
She also asked the city of Detroit for help.
Oh, wow.
I reached out in November. I reached out before that. I've been on the CAM list for a long time. And every time I call and ask if they have a bed, they say they don't have family beds.
So the 7 of them had been sleeping in their 2002 Town and Country van since November. But the kids had
7 of
everything
them?
else.
They ate every day, all day. Goodies, food. They didn't want for nothing. Every day they went to school. I had one mistake.
And the kid's grandmother, 49-year-old Yvette Goodman, was also in the van that day. Did the van run out of gas?
I have no idea why.
Oh, snap. The whole family was homeless. So they was homeless. That's crazy. And they reached out to the government. You're telling me they couldn't give them some beds in the shelter, though? This was in Detroit? Yeah, this was in Detroit. Wow. All them funds they were sending to Ukraine, you're telling me they couldn't fund a shelter so this family could have at least a couple beds. And the father ain't shit in this picture right here. He ain't nothing but see, that's a deadbeat daddy right there. Wow. I was getting ready to ask where was the family, but the grandma was in the car with them too. That's crazy.
I have no idea.
Did you fall asleep?
Yes.
And then when you woke,
Only night I fell asleep. I usually be woke.
and when you woke up, what happened?
My grandson wasn't moving.
A GoFundMe account has been set up to help the family.
And that's one of the reasons we did set the GoFundMe up, so she will be able to have housing for herself and the children, her other remaining children.
We'll put a link to the GoFundMe account on our website, Fox 2 Detroit.
Oh, wow. Now they want to help her by doing GoFundMes. But when she needed the help, sorry, baby. When she needed the help, when she asked for that help, right, they could have tried to help her out, but they didn't. They didn't help this woman out until both her kids died, yo. But they didn't have no other family. See, that's why I say sometimes family ain't shit. Because I know they got, expanded family. Somebody else in the family could have been like, yo, let me give you a room. But sometimes, you see where I'm coming from? Ain't shit in this world free. It doesn't matter if it's family. It doesn't matter if, if it's a friend. You have to be careful. And you have to, I'm telling you, man, when you ask for help, you have to be careful. Unless you're willing to sacrifice something, you have to be careful. The messed up part about this situation right here, this mama went all out, though. And it's rare to see out here nowadays. Mamas like this in the street really ask for help. This was a whole family united, trying to stick together. And they still lost all their kids. Yo, this is a messed up situation. My condolences go out to this mom, this grandmom, and her family. Yo. But where was the rest of the family at? Yo? Let's move on. Let us shorty know what y'all think about this video down below.
In fact, is
you see? Facts, y'all. Facts, Selena. Yo, the daddy ain't shit. In this picture right here, that's the definition of a deadbeat baby daddy. We know the mofo had a place. That's why she was at least take your kids in. At least your kids as a man. You said you planted your seed in this woman and didn't give a fuck. That right there is a deadbeat baby dad. But we're not going to get into that topic. Too late. When somebody dies, that's a fact. My heart goes out to them. Boom. Chicago doctor arrested after dog found starving in storage bin. Police. Oh, wow. Asshole. A Chicago doctor is accused of brutally abusing a dog that was discovered barely breathing inside a crate. Why would he want to? See, some people don't deserve animals, man. Listen, I had a red-nosed pit bull. She was my best friend until a couple months ago that she passed away. Yo, and I cried, man. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I cried when that dog passed away. That was my best friend. I spoke to that dog. Whenever I had, my days were down, that's the person I went and talked to. Shit, all she did was give me some love back. Ain't judge or nothing, man. I can't stand people that abuse animals, yo. For real.
getting a lot of traction on social media, as you just mentioned.
Hold on, baby.
In fact, it's getting a lot of traction on social media, as you just mentioned. The suspect is a licensed physician now ordered by a judge not to have any contact with dogs.
And that's when she looked inside and she saw this dog, Betty, that was laying in there, completely soaked in her own urine, cold to the touch, barely able to lift her head and move.
According to police reports, a cleaning lady found this malnourished Portuguese water dog named Betty inside a plastic storage bin placed in a bathtub. It happened here in the 2200 block of Lakewood in March of last year. The suspect, who was being evicted at the time, 38-year-old Anita Damdarin, a practicing pediatric physician.
She had impact sores all over her, urine burns, her fur was extremely matted, and like I said, she was probably surviving on her own feces.
Oh, wow. Ew.
After Chicago police issued a warrant for animal cruelty charges. Advocates say in court, Damdarin said Betty belonged to her parents and she had no idea the dog was inside a bin. But here's the good news.
It wasn't even
This
her dog.
is Betty today, alive and well.
She survived.
She's fully recovered. She's in a new home. She's living the life she deserves.
John Garrido and his wife founded the Garrido Stray Rescue Foundation in 2017. They support nearly 200 dogs a year. 3 weeks ago, they had 20 pet advocates inside a Skokie courtroom, all advocating for Betty.
that is such a horrific act of cruelty that it can't be forgotten and shouldn't be forgotten, and there needs to be punishment for the person who did it.
Now, Dandern was ordered by a judge not to leave Illinois, also to observe a 12-hour nightly curfew. We know that she is due back in court.
Well, he was
this
it's
coming
cold as shit
Friday.
out there in Detroit.
Downtown. Nick
Where's it,
Rogers,
Chicago?
Fox 32 Chicago.
Oh, yeah, that's Chicago.
We're learning more now.
But damn, yeah, like I was saying, yo, thank you, Selena. Thank you, yo, man. My dog was my best friend. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, yo. When she passed away, I can't help but cry. So this woman right here, yo, she ain't shit right here, yo. They need to, yo. Listen, I have a problem with people that abuse kids. I have a problem with people that abuse animals. Like, I don't know what it is. Listen, my dog, I treat them like they family. I don't cage them up. I don't abuse them. I make sure they got everything they need. They fed. They well groomed. Man, you got me fucked up. They family. I don't know why people sit here and get animals, adopt animals, and they misuse them and mistreat them. What's the whole purpose? Come on, mama. Before I continue, because it's about to get to grown up conversations, you can say hi. Guys, my shorty want to say hi to the chat. Go ahead, baby, say hi.
Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Mi nombre es Dora. We about to go scoop up.
Silencio.
Silencio. We was about to go scoop up Swiper. We was going to get on the little moped and cross the borderway. Orale. We got to cross this border. So no, let me stop. You playing with your belly button?
No.
Get out of here. All right, guys. No. I'm for real. Go play the game or something. I'm about to get into some serious topics. Thank you. You gotta love these kids, yeah. All right, we're gonna move on to the next topic. My shorty shout out, yo. All right, we're gonna move on, man. Defendant in Sam Nordquist, I hope I said that place right, case on sex offender registry. What is this about? Patrick Goodwin, 30, of Canandaigua, I hope I said that right, was on the sex offenders registry, and police say he and 4 others tortured and killed Sam, 24, of Minnesota, at Patty's Lodge in Hopewell this year. Oh, wow.
Learning more now about the Sam Nordquist murder case. He's the transgender.
Oh, that's the transgender bull. Okay. So they got an update on it.
Man who police say was tortured for weeks in Ontario County before being killed earlier this month.
Today, state records revealed some significant information about some of those accused of murdering him. We still don't know how it came to be that Sam Nordquist, who according to his mom traveled to Ontario County to be with his online girlfriend, ended up sexually and physically assaulted 4 weeks inside room 22 at Patty's Lodge in Hopewell. The Ontario County District Attorney describing the crime Friday and accusing 5 people of taking part. One of them, 30-year-old Patrick Goodwin, we learned.
They didn't say that in the first video. In the first video, they just said that he went missing. So it looks like they found him and they found out that he was sexually assaulted for weeks. So he was tortured and I guess he's not here no more. Yo, they need to throw away and lock the key. Because listen, I don't care. Like I said once again, I don't give a fuck what your sex preference is, man. This right here is out of pocket. Then they went catfishing for him. Like, I guess they portrayed to be this female, right? And made him think that, wow. Chuck, listen, man. After what happened with my brother, like I tell people, man, I bring awareness to a lot of this catfishing stuff, man. You gotta be careful, man. When my brother went to Cali, he really thought he was gonna go meet a chick, and he ended up stranded by himself. No credit cards, no phone, no nothing. Not being able to contact nobody else back, and he was schizophrenic, so it's kind of like a different territory, you know. He was already going through a lot. Like I tell people, man, watch your loved ones, especially if you got somebody with special needs, yo. Like this is not just happening to the transgender community. This is happening to a lot of people around the world. especially, with people with special needs, right? Mental health issues and stuff like that. People go catfishing for their money, for their bread. And that's exactly what they did to my brother. Like, it was all for the bread. Like, he was on that John bragging about money, this and that, and boom. Next thing we know, he's over there. He's by himself, not able to communicate or contact nobody back. So be careful with this online dating, because not everybody that says they are who they are is who they are. Like, they could tell you they're this person for weeks, but until y'all meet face to face, you're not going to really get to know this person, And then in certain situations, like Sam, he went missing, sexually assaulted, tortured, and unalived. I think he's unalive. We'll find out, I think, right? They haven't said he's unalive. Hold on.
Learned today is listed on the sex offender registry. Released from prison in 2023 after serving just under 10 years for sexually abusing a 7-year-old boy and 9-year-old girl.
Wow.
The Canandaigua man, according to state records.
Oh, wait a minute. These ain't even vigilantes. These are predators. Predators catfishing people online. This mofo was already in the registry. Oh, wow. That is crazy. Yo, be careful, man. I'm going to keep saying it. I don't care how many people get mad. Be careful with this online dating.
Records was living at Patty's Lodge, just a few doors down from where Nordquist was tortured and killed. So he was on the sex offender registry and on parole when arrested.
Oh, shit.
Kyle Sage also on parole. He's one of the other 5 charged with second-degree murder in the Nordquist case. He left prison just last spring after being convicted of grand larceny and dissemination of indecent material. The other 3 defendants, I couldn't find them in the parole system. Parole is run by the State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision, or DOCS, and I called them today to ask about the kind of supervision Goodwin and Sage were under over the last few months, but I've yet to hear back. Meanwhile, the DA says Nordquist knew his assailants, all of whom identified as LGBTQ+, going on to say there's no indication at the—
Yo, wait a minute. The assailants were from the same community? Yo, this is crazy. I'm stuck. I'm lost for words right now.
This point that this is a hate crime as defined by New York State penal law.
Is it still a hate crime when it's committed by the same people in the same community? What I mean by they're all from the LGBT community. Is it still considered a hate? This is weird.
Said, he adds, this case is by far the worst homicide he's ever handled. And as it makes its way through the courts, we'll likely find out why, and why it came to be Nordquist's life ended here, far from home and far from anyone who might protect him.
Now, a preliminary hearing is scheduled for all 5 for Wednesday at noon. We'll, of course, continue to cover this story.
Throw away the key.
A crime report from your news leader now.
That shit is crazy. Damn. How you get banned from a Walmart in one city and it becomes nationwide? How you become banned from every Walmart around the world? Shit. I wonder if it's the same thing. Like, would they know that she's banned from Walmart if she goes overseas or towards the Caribbean and shit like that? So we got a Walmart bans Memphis woman from all stores nationwide. What in the world was she doing? Shoplifting? Nah. What did she do that they banned her nationwide?
A crime report from your news leader now. Walmart getting tough on thieves by enforcing a nationwide ban on habitual shoplifters. WREG's Mike Suriani reports on how one Memphian won't be going back to any of the popular stores.
Well, it's raining, it's cold, it's generally miserable. So is there anything that could make this day worse? Well, yes, there is. Imagine being banned from every Walmart in the USA. One Memphis woman has that dubious distinction. Ashley Cross, charged with criminal trespass and theft of merchandise, is, according to the police report, a well-known shoplifter at this Walmart on Elvis Presley Boulevard in Whitehaven. So well known to Walmart that Cross is on an authorization of agency list, meaning she's banned from any Walmart location in the United States. Good form. Good form. This man says he's okay with Walmart's ban on the woman.
It don't make no sense that a person would steal from a Walmart store.
The Elvis Presley Boulevard store is where Cross and another suspect were arrested February 10th. Cross was seen using a device to scan her items for $1 at a self-checkout machine. Walmart would not comment on Ashley Cross's ban, but issued this brief statement, quote, "We value our customers and associates and want them to have a pleasant shopping experience. Though rare, there are instances when someone is no longer welcome in our stores," end quote. The whole incident pretty shocking to this Walmart shopper.
She knows how to get by, so I think it'd be best with just a ban.
For your news leader, Mike Sirianni, WREG.
Damn, everybody agreeing to the ban.
Ashley Cross remains in jail on a $7,500 bond. She is due back in court February 19th. The suspect with Cross received a misdemeanor citation for theft of property.
I mean, don't people, what does Terry Brown got to do with anything? Him too? Hold on.
Well, Ashley Cross is not the only person banned from ever going into a Walmart store. 48-year-old Terry Brown of Memphis has been banned from the store, too. He was arrested this week after loss and prevention officers spotted him inside the Walmart on Austin P Highway in Raleigh. Brown is also banned from Sam's Club locations. Tonight, he's charged with criminal trespass.
Hold on, wait a minute. So she's banned from all Walmarts nationwide, and the bull is banned from not just all Walmarts nationwide, from Sam's Club and stuff like that. These people too old to be shoplifting. Like, can't y'all just leave that to the young bulls? Like, too old. What is making grown ass mofos out here shoplift like this to the point where they get banned from stores? 40 years old shoplifting gets banned nationwide from Walmarts and Sam's Clubs. Like, do they not realize there's cameras everywhere? Oh, I tell you, true definition of stupid. Yo, let's move on to the next topic. I swear to God, those were the dumbest mofos ever. Ohio lawmakers plan to propose the conception. The conception begins at erection. What? Ohio lawmakers plan to propose the conception begins at erection. You know what? Let's take a look at this, because you know what? I'm not going to judge the title by it. You know what?
Controversial bill that would, for the first time, control.
Hold on, wait, what?
Controversial bill.
Controversial bill.
For the first time, control a man's body.
Oh shit!
A lot of folks talking here in Ohio. Our Kelly Kennedy explains why lawmakers say it doesn't need to pass to accomplish its goal.
I'm confused.
Two lawmakers plan on introducing a bill that they've nicknamed the Conception Begins at Erection Act. It would make it a felony for a man to have unprotected sex if he doesn't plan on having a baby.
I think we did talk about this. I think it's been a week, 2 weeks already? Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Yo. So basically, where's this at? It's going to be everywhere. It's going to be a felony for a man to have an erection. Wait a minute.
If he didn't plan on having a baby, a move many are calling. Two lawmakers plan on introducing a bill that they've nicknamed the Conception Begins at Erection Act.
Blessings 22, Ronan. Blessings, how you doing this tonight? Yo, this is crazy.
It would make it a felony for a man to have unprotected sex if he didn't plan on having a baby, a move many are calling ridiculous, which lawmakers say is exactly the point. The men I told about the bill all had the same reaction.
Sounds like every male that's ever lived in Ohio is going to become a criminal. I mean, that's just insane to propose.
That sounds insane. It sounds a little wild.
Representative Anita Somani is not just a lawmaker. She's also been an OBGYN
a woman did
for
this?
30 years. and she's seen firsthand the damage restrictive laws can have on women.
Men can go to any state in the United States and have the same rights no matter where they are.
The bill would make it a felony for a man to have unprotected sex without wanting a baby, but it has some exceptions. It doesn't apply if protection is used, if someone is masturbating, and it doesn't apply to members of the LGBTQ plus community.
The bills that have been proposed with reproductive rights have also...
I think this is the dumbest bill ever. So basically, all men are going to be in jail. Y'all telling them that if they don't have sex with protection, it's a felony. It's a crime. How are you going to... What if they're...
Who's going to know? Who's going to snitch on, oh, well, he fucked me raw? Come on, that's a dumb shit. Pay attention.
What the fuck is going on? What is the men allergic to on the condoms, yo? Like, what the hell's going on? Yo, free vasectomy would be more logical. Free vasectomy. Ain't no... Listen, I hear a lot of men saying that that's taking away their manhood. So I doubt that men are going to sit here and go for the vasectomy thing, even if it's free. Listen, it's okay for a woman to sit here and cut her tubes, burn them and all that, but you tell a man of a vasectomy, they're like, nah, man, ain't nobody taking my manhood from me. Why they say that?
Also proposed felonies and fines for healthcare providers, for people who support those women.
But how would you enforce this? Representative Somani says it would be up to people to report it. The felony comes with a hefty fine.
She said it would be up to people to report it. So the women are going to go up to I don't know who, to tell them that they had unprotected sex with this man, and lock him up. So we just going to be locking men left to right just because they out here and they just horny like Poppy from Beverly Hills, Chihuahua. You got to be kidding me.
That can go all the way up to $10,000.
So does this bill even need to pass for it to accomplish its goal?
It's more to make the statement and start the conversations in every way. And I'm not here to regulate reproductive rights. I'm here to show the absurdity of regulating anybody's rights.
Shout out to my old head.
Given the Republican-dominated House, but they still appreciate the bill's message.
I think there's a lot of policing of women's bodies right now and a lot of discussion around women and women being held accountable, and there's really not a lot of that put on men. It would be nice to have accountability and responsibility in that way.
I reached out to the Ohio Republican chairman about this bill, but so far, I haven't heard back.
This is about the dumbest bill ever thought of. I don't know what these two women are thinking. I feel as though these two women are part of the, what you call the feminist act, right? And people know how I feel, man. I feel as though, men got rights, women got rights. How you gonna sit here and tell us what to do with our bodies, right? And get mad, right? It's our body, our choice. Well, it's their body, their choice. And if you sat here and decided to have sex with him, right, knowing that there's consequences to having unprotected sex, whose fault is that? So now you're going to want to sit here and lock up every man because they both him and her had pleasure. Yo, this is about the dumbest thing I've heard today.
Representative Somani tells me she plans to introduce this bill in the next few months. I'm Kelly Kennedy, 19 News.
Kokomo police are investigating a burglary.
I doubt that bill will get passed, but, let us shorty know what y'all think in the comments down below. This shit is crazy. Pennsylvania man arrested after reportedly stealing money collected for fallen deputy fund in Kokomo. They did lock away the key on that bastard.
At the local Fraternal Order of Police.
Yeah, police say thieves got away with cash that was meant for a fund to honor a fallen deputy. And as Fox 59 Scar O'Hara explains, police are still looking for suspects.
A couple nights ago, just after 9 p.m., an interior alarm alerted Kokomo police to a burglary in progress here at the FOP Lodge. Responding officers found the front door shattered by a brick, the security system ripped clean off the wall, and one suspect inside, 22-year-old Jerome Johnson.
At the time of his apprehension, he was found to have slightly over $600 in cash that was believed at that time to have been in the process of being stolen from the FOP.
That money came from a scholarship fund established in honor of a Howard County deputy who died in the line of duty.
Obviously, our hearts are broken over it. Most of us knew Deputy Carl Kuntz personally.
The crime reopened an 8-year-old wound for many in and around Kokomo.
Anytime something like this happens to one of your brothers or sisters, obviously it hits home quite hard. And to think that someone might target a memorial fund in his memory is obviously quite painful.
Deputy Carl Kuntz was shot while trying to serve a warrant, later dying at the hospital on March 20th, 2016.
Just recently, during his anniversary of his death, there was a moment of silence conducted over the police radio to still honor him yet today.
Kokomo police say it's unclear whether suspects specifically targeted the lodge. Investigators also say although Johnson has so far been uncooperative, he did disclose that 2 other individuals joined him in burglarizing the lodge, but left before police arrived. The president of the Kokomo Fraternal Order of Police told me the suspects drank some alcohol while at the scene and caused about $3,000 in damage. They're still determining exactly how much money was stolen between Kuntz's fund and others, but the total is estimated to be at least a few thousand. Again, police believe there are still 2 additional suspects who haven't yet been identified, so they're asking anyone who might have information to reach out to investigators either directly or anonymously through the Kokomo PD app. Reporting in Kokomo, Scarlett O'Hara, Fox 59 News.
Well, it is a story.
Yo, those 2 mofos said, fuck it, we not robbing the bank. We gonna sit here and just rob a police lodge today. It's probably a little easier. What in the world is going through people's heads nowadays? I'm telling you, man, when 2019 came, people got hit upside their head. Listen, that jab really, messed people's brains up, for real. Okay. Sure. I need to look into this. I was hearing about this. Somebody was talking to me about this too. And I got to go and check this out. It's been a minute since I've been on Facebook, but we got bodies seen on Facebook Live in local murder suicide. Search warrants provided more insight into the devastating deaths of a mother and her 3 children in Chesapeake in an apartment murder suicide last week. I don't understand, why? What's the point of bringing these kids into this world if you're going to make them suffer? Just put a chastity belt on. Don't have sex. You know what? It should be a crime for some women to sit here and have sex too. Since y'all want to sit here and say, right, that, it's going to be a crime, a felony if a man erects, right? Well, then it should be a crime, a felony if a woman sits here and goes after a man, have sex, and gets pregnant and uses a baby as a tool.
That has shocked the community. We're learning more about a murder-suicide where a mother killed her 3 children and then herself.
And now paperwork shows what led police to responding to that home in the first place. 10 on your side, Zandy Fox has that follow-up.
Yeah, Aisha and Tom, it is outlined in this affidavit what happened out here 1 week ago today. 1 week ago today, where these 3 beautiful children would take their last breath. On Thursday, 1 week ago, a mother and her 3 children found dead in this apartment. On Saturday, 2 days later, a baby was born, 3 weeks early. Mother Michelle Thornton claims it was the stress from across the street that led to the early birth.
Her due date is March the 3rd, but I went in February the 7th due to stress. They asked me what was the stress about, and I told them it was a lot of stuff going on in the neighborhood.
The apartment entrance covered with this amazing memorial. According to court documents, Chesapeake police received a 911 call from the girlfriend of Simone King Robertson, asking police to check on the welfare of Simone and her kids. The girlfriend, we won't name her, viewed Simone's Facebook Live page and saw 3 deceased bodies in the home, which made her call 911. Michelle has questions on where the girlfriend was when she watched that Facebook Live and wonders if friends should have done more to reach out to Simone, who friends and family claim dealt with mental illness.
I just feel like that whoever knew about it, just come forward.
You think
Yeah, I think people know that she was going to do this. Like, she was dealing with mental health issues. Something's missing in this picture. Somebody knows more than what they're saying, and it's like they didn't care about these kids. And it's seeming more and more like that. I'm noticing that, like, these kids are dying, right? I feel as though like the dysfunctional families is getting bigger and bigger. Like, I know we got dysfunctional families, but it's like something in the air that's making every family dysfunctional. It's like, I don't know, we go outside, right? We breathe in that fresh air that's outside, and then people go crazy, like in the movies. We become
too
unhinged.
many people said nothing, knowing something was wrong, like the girlfriend. Thornton says there is a bundle of love and life in her home, but also a sadness they as a family cannot escape.
My kids still ask me, Mom, why she do that? I can't say nothing. I said, the kids is in a better place now. They ain't got to suffer out here in this world.
That's crazy.
Yes, funeral plans are underway for them. Mother and daughter are doing well. We're pleased to report that. No complications from a birth that took place 3 weeks before it was supposed to. She claims because of the stress that unfolded here across the street 1 week ago today. In Chesapeake, Andy Fox, 10 on your side.
Yo. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't think none of this. I think, boy, if I was to say what I think, let's move on to the next topic. I'm gonna have to go to Facebook and see what this is about. The Facebook murders.
Right now, some trouble for a new.
Chubby Cheeks restaurant in Philly met with backlash. Owner speaks out. Trouble has arisen for newly opened Center City restaurant Chubby Cheeks, with the business owner Shakira Turner claiming she is being bullied by neighbors who simply aren't happy her business is there. Philadelphia's news.
Newly opened Center City restaurant. The business owner claims she's being bullied by neighbors, harassed, who simply are not happy her business is there.
They hate
Chubby
him.
Chicks opened up shop on Walnut Street. Our Alex George spoke with the owner about what all is happening here.
This small business just opened up 2 months ago, but in that time, they say they've received dead rodents on their door, complaints made to their landlord, and even received comments that their business doesn't belong in a prestigious neighborhood.
Facts, Gary, facts.
My life savings, my home, all that's wrapped up into this business. So it's not just, if I have to go. No, it would be devastating.
Chubby Chicks just opened up at 1111 Walnut Street 2 months ago. It's a place where people come to eat brunch and celebrate.
We do karaoke on the weekends, on Saturdays and Sundays. So it's so much fun. It's inclusive. You come here and you be yourself. And that's what everything is about here.
But since opening, owner Shakira Turner says things haven't been great.
We're basically not too welcomed here. I thought that we would be.
She says the neighbors have made several complaints to the landlord, requiring her lawyer to get involved.
They're saying that we're playing unusual music, that we're playing that riffraff is coming out of here. And that's just not true. We're open from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. during the week. And they were saying that we were playing music to 2 a.m. We're not even here. And even going as far as saying that one of us was on the roof of their building.
Yo, her business must have been booming. For them neighbors to be hating like that, she was booming. I know she's got another business. I know they got Chubby Cheeks somewhere else here in Philadelphia. So it looks like they opened up another location, and that's where they opened up at. And they've been having issues there. Yo, some people just hate.
At 2 a.m. and just basically putting in false claims to my landlord, which, really stirred up some issues.
She says she's even had one-on-one confrontations.
I even had someone tell me to my face that, how did I get here? Did I use my drug dealer baby daddy's money? So It's hurtful. It's extremely hurtful.
And since, she says issues have continued, including stolen signs, food left on her back door, someone entering the business and flooding the basement multiple times, plus leaving dead rodents at the storefront.
Someone's left a rat 3
That's
times
impossible.
in front of
That's
our
a
building.
rat.
So after us getting them up, throwing them away, thinking that maybe it was a fluke, it was every single day.
A video detailing the situation at Chubby Chicks is gaining traction on social media, asking the community to come and support the business.
It's disappointing in the time that we live in. So I just really wanted to be able to hold her close and show her that the community is here to support her.
We reached out to those neighbors, property manager, and we will update you when we get a response. In Old City, Alex George, Fox 29 News.
A Miami Gardens man was facing up to...
Then that's crazy. That's some real hate right there, yo. We're going to play this video, and then we're going to get into what's going on with our schools and our politicians. Do the politicians benefit us, right? This video says, they let me down. Woman's ex-boyfriend found not guilty of shooting her in 2021. Yo, they need to get in some new judges. We need a judge like the one that's dealing with the Pontiac mom, right? That judge right there, she put her foot down. She knew something wasn't right in that case. And she's not taking it easy on that mom. Yo, we need more judges like that. That's what the hell we need to be putting in.
Life in prison for shooting his girlfriend 5 times. The confessed shooter has been on trial this week. He was trying to convince jurors that he shot in self-defense. But today, after hearing all the evidence, jurors cleared him from all crimes. Let's get to NBC6's Christian Colon, who joins us with what the jury decided and how the woman he shot is responding.
After hearing from the shooter and the victim in this case, who was shot multiple times, jurors sided with the shooter. They found the man not guilty of attempted first-degree murder and not guilty for doing the shooting.
What? Wait, how's he not guilty for doing the shooting? He confessed to the shooting. Uh-oh.
Bridget Knighton was inconsolable after learning her ex-boyfriend, Gail Blunt, the man who shot her 5 times, will be a free man.
My body's changed forever. Forever. This is why women can't come forward. I feel like the system don't have your back. It's awful. I can't believe this happened. How did it happen?
Blunt has been on trial for attempting to kill Knighton. However, the defendant broke his silence and confessed to jurors he shot because he feared his ex was reaching for a gun.
I was just trying to stop a threat. I wasn't trying to, I was just trying to incapacitate her, but not kill her.
After hearing from both sides,
he was trying to stop her, incapacitate her, but damn, he shot her 5 times. 5 times.
The defendant's not guilty. Oh, thank you.
Jurors sided with the shooter.
I'm in shock. I never thought this would happen. I gave the system a chance. This is the 3rd time they let me down.
Knighton was stunned since for the past 4 years, she's fought for him to go to prison. Just last week, Blunt pleaded guilty for attempting to kill her in exchange for a 20-year prison deal. But Knighton stepped in and demanded more prison time. The deal collapsed and Blunt chose a trial.
We were concerned initially that the jury may not believe him because he was a man and a large man at that. But at the end of the day, justice was served.
Knighton now fears today will be the start of a violent future.
In my heart, I know he's going to come back and try to finish what he started. That's my fear.
Yo, if he does finish what he started, the system let this woman down for real, for real.
And tonight, the state attorney's office is responding, saying they are disappointed with the jury's decision, but say they respect it. On the other hand, Blunt will have to stay in jail for now because he has an open case out of Broward County with the same victim. Defense attorneys say that case will soon also come to an end.
What happened? Like, did he buy the judge? Did he bribe the jurors? Like, how in the world? Because he turned around and said it was out of self-defense. Even with that, he's a big-ass man. She was reaching for a gun. Once you grabbed the gun off of her, you could have just incapacitated her any other way. But you shot her 5 times. And the juror was on it. Yo. Did he buy them motherfuckers? Damn. She said that that's why a lot of women don't come forward. Shit. I don't know. And she does have a point, though. A lot of women are, scared to, come forward because, when it comes to the system, it does take a minute. And it was crazy as men do go down every time a woman screams, abuse, right? Any type of abuse. But sometimes, there are men out here, like, I don't know, I have a feeling something deep down inside me, like, it's telling me that she's just not lying. Something's off. And the jurors took his side, they tripled. Well, let's move on. Let us shorty know what y'all think about that video clip right there. Do y'all feel as though that, that the jurors went easy on him? Do y'all think that he should have been locked up? I'm gonna have to go deep into that case. I'm gonna have to search it up too. But let's move on, right? We're gonna check out what's going on in our school systems, right? And on this video, right, we got a Las Vegas mom confronts school board over explicit assignment. We've been talking about this lately, right? I don't know how this is still happening in our schools, right? In any school, I don't know how this is happening, how kids are being assigned books that are explicit for them. And we're talking about from the grades of third grade all the way up to like 6th, 7th, 8th. Like, yo, I think somebody noticed that this was 2 years ago. Why they sent me this video? This is an old ass video. We're not even gonna watch this. Should we watch it? No, this is a 2-year video. Why was this sent to me? We're gonna skip this video, right? And I think I'm gonna do a review of reaction to it on my own. I don't think they noticed that this video was 2 years old. So let's move on to the Capri School. I apologize for that, but I want to review and react to what's happening currently. So we got the Capri School uses N-word in newsletter. Oh, snap. We got a school using N-words? Lycée Montessori School in Caprice is facing criticism after a racial slur made its way into a newsletter that was sent to more than 100 families. How did they use the N-word? Wait a minute.
Slur makes it into a newsletter. Montessori School facing criticism after a racial slur makes it into a newsletter sent to more than 100 families. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Keith Garvin.
Good evening. I'm Daniela Guzman. Well, tonight the school leader is apologizing, but one family says that doesn't go far enough to addressing the issue. KPRC2's Bryce Newberry is in Cyprus tonight with the fallout.
The newsletter didn't look much different than normal when it hit inboxes on Sunday, but then the school sent an apology email and parents looked a little closer. That racial slur that we aren't showing on TV jumped off the page. This email attachment starts with a Valentine's Day greeting, kicking off February, but scroll to page 3 and the words are anything but lovely.
I was shocked.
Jeanette Dove received it.
It's one of
Dove received
I was
but lovely.
I was shocked.
And the words are
You're going too fast with it, yo. I'm trying.
And the words are page 3. And the words are anything but lovely.
It moves too fast.
Anything but lovely.
I was shocked.
And the words are
How is it? We're on page 3, but I'm not seeing nothing.
Scroll to page 3.
Pick up policy. Yes.
And the words are anything but lovely.
Have you ever wondered what the language
I was shocked.
I didn't see. I was trying to see if I see, anything inappropriate, but I didn't see anything inappropriate yet. So, I mean, it has something highlighted on it, but it's not really showing it. So I was trying to slow it down, but it didn't work.
You're trying to make sense of it, but then you realize, okay.
This email attachment starts with a Valentine's Day greeting, kicking off February, but scroll to page 3.
That's one.
And the word
2. So I'm guessing that little highlighted part that keeps going so
and the
fast.
word.
No, that's the email.
Are anything but lovely.
I was shocked.
Jeanette Dove.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where it was. Blessings. Yo, we got the pastor in the building, guys. Make sure y'all go check out the pastor. Yo, we got double speaks. Welcome to Philly baby. But we got the pastor in the building, guys. Make sure y'all go check him out, man. I'm telling you, I love watching the pastor. Great motivation in the mornings. Like, he's got his little roasting channel, right? Make sure y'all go check him out. Like, listen, I've never seen somebody on YouTube that can make, turn so many topics, right, and put humor in them. Like, it doesn't matter what he talks about, right? At the end of the day, he is funny as hell with it. And then let's not forget that in the mornings he comes out and gives everybody motivational quotes, motivational inspiration. Like, we gotta give it to him, man. Gotta give him his roses while he's here, y'all. So make sure y'all go check him out. Pastor, you do got a wrench. The wrenches is for people to leave their links, right? So y'all can, leave y'all links as many times as y'all want, so people will go check y'all out. Listen, man, I feel as though like you got a wrench is because you have a channel that people need to go check out. So make sure you leave your link down below, man. We got the pastor in the building, yo. Detroit in the house. Welcome to Detroit, baby.
I've received it.
It's one of those things like you're trying to make sense of it, but then you realize, okay,
wait, I said Detroit.
This is something that's going to make sense.
He's Memphis. Correct it before he kills me. He's gonna put some holy water in my head so I can get it together, yo. He from Memphis, yo. Detroit is word. He's from Memphis, yo. A shorty over here tripping, yo. Listen, don't exercise me tonight, all right? I am not. Listen, I am not a demon, all right? I don't need an exorcist today. I just messed up. You from Memphis, all right? Don't put the cross in my head. I'll get it together.
And couldn't believe what she saw sent by her 4-year-old daughter's Montessori school in Cyprus.
This is egregious.
The paragraph reads, sometimes just spending that quality academic time with your child one-on-one in the comfort of your home can be equal to, if not greater than, the academic authorization of a real, we had to blur the rest.
From my child's school of all.
So what was they trying to say off of a real, NGGA boy? Because I saw the B right there. I don't know if y'all missed it. I don't know if y'all could see it in the screen. So I'm gonna bring it back a little bit.
Sometimes just spending that quality academic time with your child one-on-one in the comfort of your home.
Right there. Yeah. Super. Leave it. Oh man. I'm scared to go to church. They gonna hit me with the holy water and I'm gonna be like, yo, they gonna exercise me. Shit. I'm scared to hit the trap house. Man. The pastor, you hear me? The pastor gonna have me. I'm over here thinking about, I'm messing up. You see, I'm scared of that holy water. You heard something out there? Oh, you made me nervous as hell. Yo, I got all distracted. Let me get it together. Get it together, shorty. Get it together. Like, damn. You can't get distracted like this, shorty. You fucking up, Ray. You fucking up. Fucking. You might as well go over there and just repent. Just admit to all your sins, shorty. That's the problem right now. The past is in there. He's releasing all the demons tonight. Oh, shit.
Can be equal to, if not greater than, the academic authorization of a real, we had to blur the rest.
For my child's school, of all places, I mean, I want my child's school to be a safe haven.
The Lycée Montessori school director assuring KPRC2 the offensive language isn't condoned, but unsure of how it made it in the publication that went to more than 150 families, and promising this family that security has been tightened around the accounts used.
Yo, that is crazy. And I'm trying to figure that one out too. We're talking about a school. How did, these newsletters come out from the Board of Education? 150 families got a letter talking about nigger boys. So I had to do a little research. So the actual word is nigger boys. What in the world is going on? Like, I would have never, I've heard some shit. Sometimes I be feeling, sometimes I think they throw this out there just to distract us and have us, trying to like debate it out. But I don't know, maybe I'm tripping.
Used to create and send the newsletter.
The bigger issue here is that there's someone on your staff who deemed it appropriate to access the document.
And I apologize for saying the word, but I just wanted y'all to understand what it like. This shit is wild.
Put in that language and then send it out to your constituents.
Dove finds the timing intentional at the start of Black History Month, now uncomfortable and unable to send her daughter back to the school.
This is not a problem we asked for. This is a problem that we're having to respond to.
The school director told me over the phone today that this newsletter has gone out every month for the last 8 years and there's never been a problem. But if they can identify the person who's responsible for this, they'll be fired immediately.
Yeah, somebody did that. 150 families. Did they target 150 families? Like, did they do this on purpose? In the month of February, where Black History Month is celebrated, right? Out of 8 years, in 2025 is the year that somebody decides to just, boom, send 150 families this same newsletter that has never changed except for probably the lunch menu from what I was looking at. I don't know. I hope they haven't had the same lunch menu for 8 years. God damn. But anyways, same newsletter, not once changed out of nowhere. Boom. Black History Month 2025. Nigger boys. I think, see, more parents need to hit these community meetings that they be having. They have them. The Board of Education, Police Department be having meetings themselves. They have the community meetings. They have different types of meetings in your community, right? And it's up to you to, attend them, to be aware of what's going on in your city, in your state, in your community. Was that a trash can out there? Somebody moved, or did they knock on the door? So it's up to you. So we're gonna move on to the next topic. This right here is shout out. Let a shorty know. Know what y'all think, man. Least Montessori School in Caprice is facing criticism after a racial slur made its way to a newsletter that was sent to more than 100 families.
They're the perforated foam footwear.
Why more schools are trying to ban Crocs? Why y'all banning Crocs? What's going on with the Crocs? I can't stand Crocs. I feel as though they're the most uncomfortable piece of footwear that you can wear.
With a ferocious name, Crocs. So popular, the company says about 150 million pairs are sold every year.
I'm going to be living in these.
But those Crocs are also at times a trip.
You good, bro?
Some schools now taking action, banning them outright. That's the case at one Alabama public high school where Principal Stoney Pritchett is taking enforcement seriously.
It actually is a safety hazard. Man, they can twist their knees, twist their ankles, things like that. So we won't have tennis shoes on all the time.
You're at Bessemer City High School wearing these will land you here in-school suspension. Not exactly where you want to be landing, just for shoes.
The school's had Crocs folded into its no open-toe policy for years, as other schools commonly have with flip-flops and slides. But this is the first school year it's enforcing the policy. Junior Mackenzie Lawson was told to swap on the spot.
When they told you that, what was your first thought?
Are we serious?
Mario Mejia got caught too.
Like you just walked in and immediately someone sniffed you out?
No, at first they really didn't notice it, but when I was walking out the restroom, an administrator had noticed him. He walked me to school detention.
Maya Moss got in-school suspension. And at home?
How'd you deal with it?
I took the phone. I took the computer.
For how long?
For 2 weeks.
Maya arguing that Crocs are not a safety issue.
If it's an emergency, we can still wear our Crocs because we can put them in sports mode and we can run.
Who's to say they're going to keep them in sports mode?
It's real easy. Just get your feet, take them out, flip your, and put your feet back in.
You can't go on a basketball court and go side to side, lateral, and jump up now and with Crocs on. It's a hallway. Kids are moving. Things are happening. It's a safety hazard.
Some podiatrists say Crocs and open-toe shoes like flip-flops are fine to wear in moderation, but do pose risks.
Crocs can easily get caught in equipment, causing the child to fall or injure their foot or rip a toenail off, things I see in the office on a daily basis.
Why would you be sending your kids to school with Crocs? Send them to school with sneakers and shit like that. Like, only in the hood. Like, yo, you don't hear this shit in the suburbs.
We counted dozens of schools in at least 20 states explicitly banning Crocs in their dress codes, often as part of their open-toe shoe policies. A Crocs spokesperson saying the classic clog is a comfortable casual shoe that is appropriate for everyday wear. We are not, nor do we market ourselves as a specialty or performance brand. The spokesperson calling the school's bans unfortunate, adding they haven't affected sales. The brand, hate it or love it, has been a fashion statement for more than 20 years. Crocs reporting its sales more than tripled since 2019. The clunky clogs with the custom...
Peep, it tripled its sales since 2019, since the pandemic started. Yo, since the pandemic started, yo, heads have been turned upside down. Passer, I don't know if you're still watching, yo. Man, we need to go out there and, exercise a lot of these demons out here. Something's wrong with these people, man. I don't know if it's, that they took the jab and, they turned it to something else, but we need to go out here and smack some people with some holy water in their face. Like, wake up!
Charms building a cult following. Celebs rocking them, and big names like Bieber even collaborating with them. Crocs of every color and flavor, from chips to chicken. It's no wonder there's a Croc community.
I'm constantly hunting down new pairs.
While Crocs may have won over...
Oh, shit. So people addicted to Crocs now? Like, they addicted to Crocs like they addicted to Coke? That's a new one right now. I did not know that.
Celebrities and fanatics alike, Principal Pritchett isn't budging.
It's a safety hazard. I mean, things happen. If they break out with something happen, yeah, these high heels on and slip and fall. The school is liable.
Maya says she won't wear them to school again, but with 6 pairs in her closet, the Crocaholic will have to sport them somewhere else.
When she got school suspension, in-house suspension, I'm like, no, those are house shoes now.
Those are house shoes now. Guys, the podiatrist...
They should have been house shoes. Why are people even outside with them? Them Jones break easy.
That we spoke with says there is a time and place for Crocs. So while you probably shouldn't run in them, there's no issue wearing them in moderation, and they can even be great as a post-workout recovery shoe. It's a croc down, as you said, Savannah.
Yeah, it's a croc down.
I don't know if you have views on whether or not, like, with your kids, you let them run around and
I let them wear
They all have them.
They have, yeah. I mean, I can understand, like, bring your gym shoes, I guess, for, like, real athletics. But I know our kids are little.
Our kids live.
They're not athletes.
Yeah, mine too. They live in Crocs.
Yeah,
I don't like them. I don't think they're very cool. I think if they get banned from schools, it's the coolest thing that'll ever happen to Crocs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think that's good. Okay.
Yeah, the sales will skyrocket.
But what about the gibbets?
Those are cool. Or the giblets. I call them giblets. Yeah,
Yeah.
those are cool. Those are cool. I like
My son and husband dressed as Crocs for Halloween.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, here. Want to see the picture?
Yeah, you.
All right, we're going to change this video, man. Just ban them. That's all I can say, ban them. We're going to head into this next topic. This is a topic I really wanted to touch into. I was saying this earlier when I was doing the live on the little walk along with a shorty, man. I'm not understanding how in the world Linda McMahon became in charge of the Board of Education. Isn't Vince McMahon being investigated for sexual assault allegations? Not just him, but certain people that was with him in the WWE. How in the world is Linda McMahon right now being in charge of the Board of Education?
With that, I yield to Senator Sanders.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. When we talk about education, kind of we're looking at it in a vacuum. We're talking about the struggles that low-income kids are having, and that's true. But Mrs. McMahon, you are also aware that in America we have more income and wealth inequality than we've ever had before. You are aware that we have the highest rate of childhood poverty of almost any major country on earth. You are aware, I suspect, that teachers are dealing with kids who are literally homeless, kids who come from dysfunctional families where there is violence. Does it concern you in America that we are living in a society where the people on top are doing phenomenally well, while 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck? And how do you think that impacts our educational system?
Thank you very much, Senator, for that question. First of all, let me say that I believe that teaching is one of the most noble professions that we have in our country, and we have so many good, dedicated teachers to help our students. I do think that we are trapping students often in low-performing schools, and that's why the president has such a strong policy towards school choice.
But you will agree, I don't mean to interrupt you, but you will agree that you can't just look at education. The truth is that middle class, upper middle class public schools in America generally do pretty well. But if you are homeless, if you were a homeless person and you had kids, the odds of your kids doing pretty well. And I'm just asking you, what do you think about the massive level of income and wealth inequality, the fact that we have the highest rate of childhood poverty? Is that something you think you might want to pay attention to?
Well, certainly, Senator, I do believe that we want to make sure that every child in our country has the opportunity to have equal access to a quality education. And the Department of Education really is not setting economic policy in the country.
Well,
we should focus on educating our children, and we should focus on it at the local level.
Let me ask you this. You mentioned correctly that we have many great teachers in America, right?
Yes.
If you as a businesswoman wanted to attract the best and the brightest, would you be starting them off after they leave school, maybe $50,000, $60,000 in debt with salaries of $35,000, $40,000? Or would you say
I don't mean to cut Bernie off. I'm gonna rewind that. But I have a question. If they know that there's kids that are homeless, right? Why not help them get, a shelter or something until their parents are able to, get a home? That's my thing, right? They keep saying homeless this, homeless that, the funds and all that, right? But I know America got to recover, right? They say from everything that's been done. But see, my whole point is all that money they were sending out towards the war, towards Ukraine and all that stuff, they could have been using that to fund our schools, to help, the homeless people out here in the streets, the veterans, and much more. But they wasn't doing that. They didn't give a fuck. But now that people are, talking more about it, they're doing something about it. Like, believe it or not, right, these type of podcasts is when we talk and we have these conversations, when we're not yelling and screaming over each other, they watch these things. And these type of conversations end up being, the data that they put into, these analytics and statistics because they're listening. I mean, it may sound a little crazy to y'all, but I just want y'all to go dive a little bit down that rabbit hole, right? We're not going to turn this into a debate. I just want y'all to go down the rabbit hole real quick. Because how can you debate what's out there, the facts? Why are we even debating that if it's, been proven already?
the brightest? Would you be starting them off after they leave school, maybe $50,000, $60,000 in debt with salaries of $35,000, $40,000? Or would you say, we respect, you talked about teaching being the noblest profession. I agree with you. Would you agree with me? Support my legislation that says no teacher in America should earn at least $60,000 a year.
Well, certainly the pay to teachers is up to the states where those teachers reside. I do believe we should pay our teachers fairly. They spend so much time with our students, and they should be well compensated for their
paying them
job.
fairly, nobody in the world will disagree with you. I mean, the question is, if teaching is a noble profession, if teaching is an important profession, should we be paying them salaries commensurate with the value of the work that they are doing? So I'm asking you a simple question. Would you recommend to states, as the leader of education in America, that teachers at least make $60,000 a year?
I would certainly recommend to states that teachers be paid what is commensurate with the kinds of jobs that are part of their states. Not all states have the same living costs. Not all states have the same ability to pay teachers, but to attract really good teachers and to keep them, we should definitely pay them commensurate with the job performance that they are undertaking.
Millions of young people, low-income people, are finding it very difficult to afford to go to college, and they're leaving school $50,000, $100,000, $200,000 in debt. Pell Grant program provides assistance to over 7 million low-income young people in this country. Can you guarantee to us, if you are made a Secretary of Education, that no student in America will lose their Pell Grant as the department is dismantled?
Surely the defunding is not the goal here. The continuation of Pell Grants, I'd actually even like to see an expansion of Pell Grants. I'd like to see short-term certificates for Pell Grants for students who aren't going on to four-year universities, who could have the opportunity to use Pell Grants for skill-based learning.
All right, so what I'm hearing you say is Pell Grant program will continue under your administration.
Yes.
Okay.
I gotta give it to her. For somebody that came straight from the WWE, it seems like her priority is the kids. Her priority is making the schools better, from what I'm hearing.
Senator Cassidy asked you an important question, and that is, do you agree? And let me just once again get your feelings on this, that if there is a movement to abolish the Department of Education, it has to go through the United States Congress?
Yes, it is set up by the United States Congress, and we work with Congress. It clearly cannot be shut down without it.
Thank you.
All right, so unless Congress votes in, President Trump cannot dismantle the Board of Education. So that was the whole point of this, huh? Let's see. Hawley urges Trump Department of Education nominee to resonate common sense in our classrooms. Oh, let's see what this is about. Common sense in our classrooms.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. McMahon, thank you for being here. Nice to see you again. Let me just say this. The last 4 years have been, in many ways, absolutely hellacious for students on our college campuses. You had the last administration which issued federal rules, binding regulations that required our college campuses to put biological men into women's locker rooms. You've had multiple universities claiming the mandate, claiming the cover of the Biden administration, forcing women to accept biological men in women's sports. And so you've seen young woman after young woman denied basic safety in their changing facilities, for heaven's sake, basic safety in their dorm rooms, not able to play college sports. Now, I'm delighted that a federal court finally struck down this Biden administration rule back in January, just over a month ago. And President Trump issued a clear, strong, unequivocal executive order saying that Title IX will be enforced according to its terms, which is Title IX protects women's sports. It protects women on college campuses. No more men in women's locker rooms. This is a huge victory for common sense and the rule of law. My question to you is this. A number of universities, including some very prominent ones that love to call themselves elite, have said they're not going to follow that executive order. They're going to keep having men in women's locker rooms. They're going to try to get men in women's sports. What can be done to ensure that these colleges comply with the law and that women are safe on campus and that women are able to play sports without men interfering?
Well, certainly that it's I agree with you that I was very happy to see that those restrictions on Title IX vacated, so that.
Yo, why that chick back here over here smirking like that? Why is she laughing? What was said that was funny? She had an inside joke in her head. Freaking Looney Tunes.
We are really back to what Title IX was
Stephanie McMahon, serious
originally
misconduct.
established to do, and that was to protect sexual discrimination. And women should feel safe in their locker rooms. They should feel safe in their spaces. They shouldn't have to be exposed to men undressing in front of them. I think I heard one person the other day say, well, the guys just should hold the shower curtain in front of them so that they aren't exposing themselves. I mean, really, that's just not what we should be doing. We want to make sure that Title IX, which is the law, is enforced. And we need to uphold that.
Will you investigate those universities that are not complying with Title IX, that are not complying with the president's executive order? These universities are absolutely getting federal funds from this department, the department that you're going to run if and when you are confirmed, and I believe you will be. Will you investigate those universities and give them an ultimatum? Either they need to comply with the law, they need to follow the law of Title IX, they need to follow the rules issued by this administration, your department, or no federal funding. I mean, will you make sure that the law is enforced?
Yes, we will make sure the law is enforced.
Very good. Let me ask you about
what the hell was that? I think somebody got pissed off or something.
The senator will suspend. The committee will come to order. Capitol Police are asked to remove the individual from the hearing room. Members of the audience remind.
Oh, snap. I think that was somebody from the LGBT community that was snapping, but I don't see a problem with that. That should have been done. Biden should have been done that. Like, I don't see why he went with it, agreed with it. Well, they're saying that Obama started it, that it wasn't really Biden. So I'm a little confused in between which president started this non-binary thing. I know that I saw Biden when he said he wanted to get rid of Easter and make it non-binary day. So I just figured that it was really, with him. I didn't think that it was Obama. I know Obama passed the child bridal law, which is fucked up, right? I mean, shit, I could put it past Biden. But damn, if Obama passed that child bridal law, right, I wouldn't put it past him passing this non-binary stuff. So, and I'm talking about, the men going into the women's locker rooms. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, a man is a man, a woman is a woman. Just because they think that, a man thinks that he's a woman doesn't take away the fact that he carries a third leg in between them legs, right? And that third leg rises up like a tree trunk, right, when it gets turned on by another woman. And that was proven, right, with the one case where the man got transferred because he thought he was a woman in his head to the woman's prison, and he impregnated 2 women in that prison. A man is a man at the end of the day, and a woman is a woman. Unless you're born with the 2 sexes, which makes you a hermaphrodite. I don't want to hear no other bullshit, man. No man should be undressing. I mean, no man should be in a locker room or in a bathroom, right? That is a woman's space, undressing, pissing shit, and none of that. Invading the woman's privacy, point blank. I feel as though it's a mental thing. Like, come on, man. Let's make this shit make sense.
And the disruptions will not be permitted while the committee conducts its business. The senator will resume.
Don't worry, Ms. McMahon. It's me. It's not you. It's all right. That effect. Let me ask you. Let me ask you about something else that's happened on our campuses in the last 4 years. The wave of anti-Semitism that we've seen, particularly after October 7th with the attacks on Israel. Shameful attacks on Jewish students, Jewish American students, Jewish students from overseas. We have seen the most unbelievable pro-terrorist propaganda. And again, these universities taking federal money, getting federal funds, not protecting Jewish students, permitting encampments, permitting violence in some instances, attacks on students on their campuses. The president has issued an executive order on January the 29th on measures to combat anti-Semitism, and he directed the Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights to open Title VI investigations into a number of universities, including Columbia, Berkeley, Northwestern. Will you enforce the law, Title VI to the hilt, and will you make sure that Jewish Americans are safe on our campuses, for heaven's sake, and these crazy students who are committing crimes, breaking windows, smashing into buildings, trapping Jewish students in libraries? Will you make sure that this stops on our college campuses that are getting all of this federal tax money?
Absolutely, or face defunding of their monies.
Very good. And let me ask you about something else. For students who have come to this country on a student visa, and as you know, that's a lot of people on our college campuses. For students who are here on a student visa, who have threatened their fellow students, threatened Jewish students, who have supported terrorist organizations, who have broken our law by trespassing or vandalism or acts of violence against Jewish students, will you see that those students, that their visas are revoked and they are sent home and they're not allowed to stay on our campuses under cover of our laws, committing crimes and threatening our own students? Will you return some common sense to our campuses in this way?
Yes.
What if I told you that a school?
Dang, that's crazy, yo. This was a video we were supposed to react to the last time, and we couldn't. We got interrupted. We're gonna get to this in a second, yo. But let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all feel as though that these politicians benefit us, right, when it comes to our schools? Are they helping, or are they making the situations worse? Do you think that there's solutions when it comes to our school? Can we better our schools? Or do you think that, you know, what Trump is trying to do, this mental, you know, the Board of Education and do it his way is the right way? Do you think that when it comes to our schools, right, the policies are not being enforced the way they're supposed to be enforced? Because I feel as though that this system is doing what it's supposed to be doing, right? And like it could be flawed, right? But in order for us to fix it, right, we have to put the right people into office, right? And start making some changes when it comes to these policies and laws. How can we do that? I would love to hear what y'all got to say. But on that note, right? On that note, we're gonna see what else is happening in our school system, right? And this is the reason why I bring awareness to this a lot, right? I didn't just stop when it came to my son. I kept going. So this is why I do these reviews and reactions, right? I give my commentary. I have a lot of solutions, right? But I feel as though, right, in order for us to get these solutions to work, right, I have solutions on the table that will work, but we have to come together as a community. We have to come together, put the right people into office, and work together to try to make these policies change. How can we do that? Once again, that's my biggest question to everybody. How can we make that work? When we're in an era that we're so divided, bombs have been thrown, nuclear bombs have been already exploded. There's so much dust and debris in the air that we can't barely see. But, right, we got a black girl forced to soil herself after school staff ignores milk allergy, denies restroom access. I feel as though there should be consequences behind this, right? But let's find out what happens.
Staff forced a child, 6 years old, to defecate on herself.
I would have been
Put it up.
I keep telling people, man, this couldn't have been my child. I'm glad I took my two oldest out the system. I mean, they're still in the system, right? Because how can I say, they still going to school? They're just, one is homeschooled, the other one's already 18, right? He's thinking about getting a trade and all that. My little one, I'm still going back and forth with my baby pops. I want to get her out the public system. You know, I want to be able to homeschool her, but he's like, I want her to interact. I want her to be social. So right now, you know, I'm co-parenting with him until some shit pops off and I got to turn into Griselda Blanco again. But you know what? This time, right, Griselda Blanco isn't as naive as she was a couple, like, I'm going to say like 8-9 years ago when the incident with my son happened. I'm not that naive, and I'm more outspoken now. I know my rights. I know my laws more now. So, I'm telling you, man, boy, we got to do something. We got to come together because a lot of people are going to have to, you know, it's going to have to be, you know, I see why a lot of people turn into street justice. Let's put it like that. I see why they resort to street justice and say, fuck the system. But can we continue to say, fuck the system, right? unless we try to put these solutions out there and see if they work or not. We keep saying nothing works, but all I keep hearing out of people's mouths is nothing more than just excuses. We have solutions on the table. We just don't have enough people to make the plan work.
Jamisha Augustine, Louisiana mother, outraged after her lactose intolerant 6-year-old daughter was forced to clean up her own excrement after the school broke protocol, gave her milk. The mother said she filled out all of the necessary forms, accompanied by notes from the daughter's doctor, that's a diagnosis, alerting school officials that her 6-year-old suffered from a milk allergy. But earlier in the week, her daughter was given milk anyway. This was during breakfast at Rollins Place Elementary School. She went to the bathroom multiple times before a teacher eventually stopped letting her go, with messy consequences, embarrassing as well. That's according to television station WSAZ3. Quote, she asked her teacher to go to the restroom, but she said no because she went too many times. Said the mother, who called the school's actions irresponsible, hazardous, disgraceful, and really pathetic. Eventually, the 6-year-old soiled herself. And after that, because the school created the situation for the child, and this is a child, for whatever reason, the school then forced her to clean it up, and no one provided one hand to help. Quote, so upon her going to the office after having an accident, the principal told her she was too big to be having accidents on herself. There's more, but let me pause here. To the principal. Did you say that to the adults who gave her basically a toxin? For her, it is. Did you say to the adults that work under your leadership, who failed this child? We have all the necessary documentation. Why was protocol not followed? Did you say to your staff, you are too big, you are too old, you are too trusted to make a decision like this?
Yo, this teacher right here, there should be consequences behind this teacher. Yo, this is a situation that the school, initiated themselves. It was their fault that this child had this incident. Why? Because they knew that they wasn't supposed to give this child this, this food. This child was allergic. It's on paperwork. This is why I constantly make sure, right, that I let my daughter know, listen, if they offer you this and you know it has bananas and you see that it has, read. I make sure that, I let her know, read the labels, make sure it has no bananas in it, and refuse it. They cannot make you eat something that you don't want to. This mother right here has a big lawsuit in her hands. A big one. And I'm just saying, I think the school districts, right, the Board of Education doesn't get tired of getting sued time after time after time because they got neglectful teachers in there. And this is why I say that we need, like, these teachers, before they get hired, they need to have an evaluation done. Are they capable, right, to be around these kids? Are they mentally equipped to be around these kids, to be in this atmosphere, in this field with kids? Can they, manage without snapping? They need to have a mental evaluation done. We need deeper backgrounds done. Why should we put our trust in the hands of complete strangers, right? For 8 hours, I'm going to put 6 to 8 hours a day, right? For 5 days out of a week. And some of these teachers don't care. Shout out to them teachers out there that have a passion for what they do. And by any means necessary, right? They help these kids accomplish their goals, reach where they have to reach. But There's some teachers out here that ain't shit, yo. And as a parent, I'm telling you, man, like, something has to be done. But it can't be done unless we come together. We make these changes within the policies, the laws, right? And within the school system. Put the right people into office. People who are worried about the president, but y'all forget about the legislators. The legislators are the ones that make these policies, right? And we don't sit here and hit Congress, talk to them. What makes y'all think that Trump is going to be able to do anything? Because sometimes they got to come together and make the decisions together. See, people got, this is what I'm saying, y'all got to go out there, do y'all research, learn y'all laws, learn these policies, y'all rights, and much more. It's too much of this happening in our schools, and this teacher right here was very neglectful. Very. Oh, and before I hit play, man, the petition is down, but I put the link to my new petition, right? There's an old one and there's a new one. I started a new one. This one's going to hit Cheryl Parker, right? I'm going to aim for the legislators, too. This got to aim for the legislators, right? And this is going to be nationwide. We can get cameras into these schools, right? Deeper backgrounds and checks and much more. Just hit the link, right? Check the link down below, right? Sign it. If you have a zip code, if you're anywhere in the United States and you have a zip code, you're able to sign this petition. Let's get cameras into these schools. Let's get more security guards into these schools, right? Let's get deeper backgrounds, right, into these involved with these teachers and much more. Let's do what we got to do as parents, right? As family members, as friends, as as communities. Because stuff like this shouldn't be happening in our schools, but we're letting it happen.
The principal told the mother that her daughter needed to be disciplined for the action, for the accident. Quote, I said, what was the point of making her clean that up? Do y'all have janitors? She said, they do have janitors. But she needed a form of discipline. The mother said, I'm saying, how can you punish her for having an accident?
Hold up, wait a minute. Blessings, Diana Osborne. Welcome. First of all, you're the teacher. And it's your fault she had this accident to begin with. You know damn well that she had an allergy to something. And what's crazy is, did you get her any attention? Did you call, send her to the nurse? Did you call the parent when she was having, the accidents that she was having? As a teacher, you wasn't supposed to do what you did, but you did it. So now you gotta deal with the consequences. What's crazy is, I bet you one of these teachers that be hiding behind the teachers union. I'm telling you, man. And what's crazy is, unless us parents come together, we're not going to make a change in these schools. I've made my stand. I've made it. And I have a petition to back me up. That's why I tell a lot of people, sign that petition, man. Let's get over 500 signatures. Let's make it, man, fuck 500 signatures. Let's make it 5,000 and more. Let's reach it. Make that petition go viral. I'm not the only parent out here with it. You see where I'm coming from? So let's make this petition go viral. I'm willing to go up there and speak. I'm willing to do what a lot of parents don't want to do or are scared to do. But that right there, right, will let them know that a shorty isn't just talking, that she got more people backing her up. There's more people worried about the same thing that she's worried. And if they don't see that, they're not going to make a move. They're not going to do nothing because they see that we're just talking. And that's the problem. And we want these solutions. We have to get off our asses and do what has to be done. We can't sit around. Superman's not coming to save us. But y'all think the Black Panther's coming? Wakanda forever. That's how we need to be.
I would proffer it a different way. How can you punish her for giving her a substance that she is in fact allergic to? She had no accident. She had an allergic reaction. Understand what has happened. It is an allergic reaction to something that all of faculty and the principal and the nurse had on file.
So would it be okay for us parents to call DHS on them? Because if the scripts were flipped, guess who, DHS would be coming to visit us. If the parent would have did what this teacher did, DHS would have been knocking on your door with cops trying to get your kid out there. So is it okay for us to call DHS on this teacher? She could be probably doing the same thing to her kids at home if she's a parent. What happens if you pull a U on them? Shit, we were just talking about that the other day. What would happen if you call DHS on these, asshole DHS workers, the ones that are, worrying about the good parents, right? Trying to get kids taken away from the good parents while neglecting the bad parents over there that are abusing their kids. Those that fall through the crack because they're so worried about this parent is doing their job, ignoring the one that's over here abusing the kid. Shit, I ain't the only parent saying it. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying. Shit, how would they feel if DHS was called on them? Shit, you don't like when it's called on you, right?
And they decided to act irresponsibly. It's called cause and effect. There was no.
Yo, we got the word in the building. Yo. What up, though?
Accident. There's only negligence. And then after the negligence, making her clean it up, that's malfeasance. I hope you sue. According to the...
Yo, yes. I hope she sued, too. Yo, this mom got a big-ass lawsuit, and I know by experience, and she gonna win that lawsuit, too. The school district doesn't get tired of getting sued, yo. Guys, make sure y'all go check out the Word. Great conversations, great topic show, and anything you want to know, Word will break it down like you in kindergarten, yo. Make sure y'all sub up. He is a coach, right? And he brings out great conversations, great topics, yo. He's one of the ones that I really watch on this, John. I don't know if he's going live tonight, but make sure y'all go check him out. Subhub, share his videos, help him bring awareness, yo. And for those of y'all that don't know, he's got a mentor program for all the single mothers out there. It is online. I wish he'd get on the Discord and check my message out so he could email me and I could fill out an application for my son. He need to stop playing around with me. I'm going to beat him up. We're going to have a virtual sword fight on this John for real. It's gonna be like what's that game called that the nerds used to play back in the days? I think Word played it too when he was younger. Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah. I'm gonna be one of the biggest dragons. I'm gonna blow some fire into his panel tonight. But make sure y'all go check him out, man. Get his information right. Get his email. What I mean by information, get his email from him so that if you're a single mother out here and you would love for your child to be a part of a mentor program, he is great at what he does, guys. So make sure y'all go check him out, right? We need to get these type of programs on and popping. So when a shorty gets her shit out, listen, man, that's one thing that I'm good with. Like I network and build with people. Like how can I say it with what can I call him? I mean, he's not considered a community activist, but I network and build with different communities that help, right? People that have organizations that help kids, community centers, right? Nonprofit programs and stuff like that. Shit, I'm trying to get the right words. See, I was trying not to do that, but it's hard for me not to be so hood, man. Shit, welcome to Vernon, baby. Welcome to HP at that, yo. Hunting Park, baby. Yo, this shit crazy. I'm all tongue twisted. Where the pastor at? It started with the pastor, yo. He came in here. He was trying to exorcise all the demons and got the see, he got the shorty all discombobulated. I think I'm Lilith today.
School's website. Kelly Day is listed as principal of Rollins Place Elementary School. Ben Nikasi, superintendent of Zachary Community Schools, agreed with the mother, saying the teacher and the principal should have handled the situation more sensitively and have since been, quote, retrained. Quote, you learn from mistakes. the superintendent said,
Yo, they tripping.
you take ownership, accept them, and try to do what's right by the child and parent. In hindsight, they realized that was not an appropriate step. We do have safety precautions that we have to abide by. And again, a child should never be put in that situation to have to deal with that. That's right. The school system called, the mother offered a formal apology, but the mother said she's waiting to see how such incidents are handled in the future. Quote, you should send a janitor, environmental specialist in with proper equipment. But a 6-year-old kid, you're going to make them clean up poop without gloves. It's disgraceful. It should not have gone on in our school. It should not have happened. And madam, I say this in all due respect, please seek a civil litigator for this, all right? It's unconscionable what they made your child do. All right, Sharon, thoughts here.
I'm glad that at least the superintendent has a heart. I do think he's, though, a bit of a gullible sap. And I'm going to tell you why.
Gullible sap? Wait, did I hear her right? What is a sap? I know what gullible is, but what the fuck is a sap? A simp? No, she says sap.
It has a heart. I do think he's, though, a bit of a gullible sap. And I'm going to tell you why. This is not learning from mistakes. They either hate children or hate Black children. It's one or the other. You don't get into a business with kids who do a lot of things that are not the most pleasant to deal with if you hate children, and I believe they do. I also think you're so right with the legal terminology. You're always going to win on that one, Doc. But what if they didn't cause it? What if it wasn't an allergic reaction? I still feel the same way.
Yep.
These people are fools, and they should not be anywhere in a school district with our children. There's no mistake that they can learn from here. They're just not good people. And perhaps they can work to do better, but we can't risk our children.
Man, fuck that. Lock that teacher up. I mean, she should give her a year behind prison, man. Teach her a lesson. Listen, I don't think she need rehabilitation. I think she need to do some time because it's her fault. It's the school's fault why this girl had an incident on herself. First of all, they knew she had an allergy. They shouldn't have gave her what they gave her. Well, I'll be raising hell. Listen, my daughter's allergic to bananas. And that's why I'm glad she always refuses. She's like, Mommy, today, she like not my teacher. She like, today they was giving out this and they forgot that, I don't eat bananas, or when a substitute teacher is in there. She's like, I have to tell them, like, no. Like, I'm sitting here like, let them have one fuck up. That's one fuck up these schools cannot be having. They better pay attention when it comes to the meals with these kids. That girl was allergic to milk and they still gave her milk. She had the runs. She kept going to the bathroom, and because she went excessively to the bathroom, this teacher said no. She had to punish her. Punish her why? Punish her because you sat here and gave her something, right? It told her that she had to drink it, and it gave her that reaction. Then you sat here and made her clean it up instead of getting the janitor to do it. Like if it's her fault that it happened. No. That bitch should be in jail. Because that's fucking abuse. You made her drink that fucking milk. Boy, I'm telling you, man, this couldn't be my child, boy. I've grown up. Since the incident with my son happened, I've grown up, man. I go the legal way, right? But if the legal way isn't working, man, I don't give a fuck. Get ready. Have them handcuffs ready, man. Because I'll call the cops myself. I'm that type of mom that will sit here, commit the crime, and dial 911 right there. I turn myself in right after I committed that crime. Got me fucked up. When it comes to my kids, boy, I'm telling you, we building caskets up in this bitch. Yeah, the caskets I see is not just for predators now. I need a new hashtag. Whoa, man. We're gonna move into the next topic, yo. Make sure y'all check out y'all check out my Instagram. I gotta upload the pictures, yo. Why isn't my stuff popping up? I do gotta upload the pictures, yo. But check out a shorty on Instagram, man. Inbox her if y'all interested in any of these hoodies. We got the Writers for Life hoodies, and then we got, you know, the Rest in Peace, the, you know, hashtag Predators. We building caskets up in this joint. So we got our hoodies out, our joggers, and much more. So make sure y'all check a shorty out, all right? And we got our little beanies and caps too, man. Check them joints out. But we're gonna move on to the next topic. Yo, this shit is crazy. We're gonna end this live soon. How long I've been on this, John? 2 hours, yeah.
A school teacher reaches out to ICE, to the federal government, to report his undocumented students.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
It is.
So a white teacher in Baltimore tweeted to ICE about his immigrant students trying to give ICE their information.
He is shout out for that, but wouldn't he get fired for that? That goes against the policy too, though. He's not supposed to do that. And I know there's a policy on that. I've got an email. I don't think Trump changed that policy yet. So, yeah, boy, you can get fired for that. But then Trump got that, you know, call in, you know, you get this much amount of money for every immigrant you turn in. So I don't know if the teacher was thinking like, yeah, Lord, selling his soul, snitching on his student. I feel bad, yo. Some people is going overboard with this shit, yo. Like, I'm really starting to feel bad. I don't feel bad for the immigrants that crossed over, that are gang members, that are causing, you know, havoc, chaos everywhere they go. But I feel bad for the ones that have been here for, you know, a long time. And I wish they would have found a way to get their papers right if they've been here that long. Like, dang, you've been here this long and you haven't. But then again, when you look at it, man, there's people still in the waiting list. So I don't listen. I got mixed emotions when it comes to this. I'm gonna sit here and be very honest. I got mixed emotions, but at the end of the day, what's right? You know, right is right, wrong is wrong. You can't be in here illegally because, you know, let's flip the scripts. When we go somewhere, right, we have to, you know, find a way to become citizens. So y'all have to find a way to become citizens. It's simple as that. And this shit wouldn't happen. It's fucked up. Like, I feel bad for a lot of them because a lot of them are, you know, sitting here running from something, or they're here really looking for a better life. And it's like, damn, is it really a better life?
Dustin Renner wrote to ICE on Twitter about 50 students skipping school with an excuse during the Day Without Immigrants protests that were happening. And he wrote, all are either immigrants or kids of. If you want the names to investigate families to find undocumented people, let me know in DM. He also wrote in another tweet about MS-13 being in the school system and how ICE needs to come and clean it out. So this guy is trying to give ICE his students' information. He should be protecting his students as a teacher and trying to paint them all as gang members. So ICE comes and gets the criminal, but really goes after collateral arrests.
That is messed up, yo. Like, I can't stand people like that. Like, on some, yo, the hate is real out here. You gotta really be careful. Like, shit.
Unbelievable. Put up the picture here. A special thanks to content creator Mr. Guerrero for exposing this teacher online. Let me go to the fallout. So Baltimore County Public Schools has now suspended educator Dustin.
See, there's consequences for that shit. Baltimore County Public School has suspended Dustin Renner, a social studies teacher at Overly High School, after his post on social media suggested he was willing to assist ICE in targeting students, according to multiple sources at the school. That goes against the policies in these schools. That's why I keep telling people, man, y'all need to learn the policies. Y'all need to learn the laws and much more, your rights, much more. A lot of y'all don't know this. Y'all are very ignorant to the facts. Very, oh my God, very naive to certain things, but y'all want to scream, I know this, I'm right. I know this, I know that. This is why I don't go into debates with people. Because people want to sit here and debate. I know that, okay, but this is like this. I could really sit here and get the book out and just read it. I got it somewhere here. Trust me, I got the policies, the laws, the rights, much more. I just really need to sit down and really read them, Jones. I just read what I want to out of it. I'm not going to sit here and lie. What I need to read out of it is what I read out of it. Have I read the whole books? No, it's a lot. It's a lot to read. But,
Renner, a social studies teacher at Overlay High School, after his post on social media, suggested he was willing to assist ICE in targeting his own students. That's according to multiple sources at the school. Post under the username Renner Training on X, formerly Twitter, appeared to offer help to ICE, including providing the names of students legally excused from school to participate in a, quote, Day Without Immigrants protest. One post from the 3rd of February reads, quote, was just sent a list of students who are allowed to legally skip today in support of illegals, as most are illegal. Do I contact ICE or let it slide? Other posts from the now deleted or private account tagged ICE directly, offering to share the names of students for potential immigration enforcement action, saying, quote, if you want the names to investigate families to find illegals, let me know in DM, direct message. I'll give names in school, all in MD. In response to the controversy, the school principal, Dr. Monica Sample, sent a letter to the community expressing concern over the unsettling social media post, allegedly from the high school teacher, directed at a group.
Yo, let me pause him real quick. The word is live for those of you, right? This is my last video, so head on over to the word. Go check him out. I don't know if I have any mods down below, right? If I do have any mods, please drop the words link down below so that people can go check him out. He is live, and I am definitely going to be headed over there after this live. So I appreciate those that, have been here supporting the shorty, man. Y'all could have been anywhere else rocking out, but y'all rocked out with a shorty here tonight, and I appreciate y'all.
Of students, she emphasized that the statements did not align with the school's values or the district's expectations for staff. Dr.
Right, Tony, so Ronan, a social studies teacher, man. We need to teach that bitch a lesson. Take her down the rabbit hole and, have her have a history and fucking history. A lesson in history, my bad. What the heck did I just say? See, I don't know what's up with me tonight in this live. Y'all, listen, this is not normal. I don't know what's up with me. I don't know if I'm tired. I need to get some more sleep. Or my baby daddy just need to give me my insulin. Shit. Like, baby Pops, if you watching, I need some insulin, I think. My diabetes is low.
Sample also addressed the students directly in a statement over the school's intercom system. The school students told us they were not satisfied with Dr. Sample's comment, which stopped short from confirming the school teacher's removal from the classroom. As a result, they protested in solidarity with migrant students. The student protesters can be heard saying, free Mexicans, and, quote, we will not be silent, end quote. A refrain on Dr. Sample's announcement over the intercom and videos posted to X and TikTok. The protest resulted in multiple suspensions of students, according to the students, who say Dr. Sample threatened to take away their prom if they did not stop protesting. Quote, this isn't the first incident. He was a history teacher a while ago when he got reported for saying things to the school administration that the school administration did not like and was forced to teach something else. One student told Migrant Insider about Mr. Renner. A sad state of affairs.
So it's not the first time they've had issues with this teacher in school before. And it seems like he is a racist teacher. He has a problem with, I guess, Hispanics and African Americans. What in the world is going on?
A lot of adults are responding in irresponsible ways. And the fact that this teacher already had a track record for saying things that may have been contrary to the very conscience of the student, but remain, just teach something else, is indicative of systems that put more emphasis on, let's say, the protocol of the adult rather than the protocol of the child. And now you have a teacher who has done the unthinkable, literally going to the police on students. They haven't violated any crime that he absolutely knows of. He's definitely violating a significant number of protocols and civil liability dynamics associated with the district and possibly even the law. So this guy goes out of his way to report his own students. He's an advocate for them. He's in a trusted position. Parents trust him. Community trust him. But here we are, Trump era, MAGA.
Why should we put our trust, right, in the hands of complete strangers, people that we don't know? Why should we put our kids in their hands? Some of these kids don't, some of these teachers don't give a fuck. Funny part about it is they're so underpaid.
That's the thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think the sad reality is that some teachers, not all, the majority are wonderful and amazing, but some teachers actually do see their children and their students as criminals. We know that they do this when it comes to the cops too. And they're okay with not educating the future of America. They're okay with educating or miseducating people who they believe are actually just criminals and are lesser than and don't deserve what other people have. I mean, we've seen this, right, in the ways that police are allowed to function inside of high schools and elementary schools even, and doing the discipline. So this guy just took it one step further. I mean, this is what Tom Homan would be so excited about. You know, the borders are under Trump. He'd love this. He would encourage this kind of stuff. So I think we're going to be seeing, sadly, more of this. But, you know, here's the thing. These students are not going to be threatened. These students are so amped up. They are so fired up. They are supportive of one another in many cases, but in other cases, they're not. I mean, look, I'm reminded this week, we found out that an 11-year-old girl took her own life because her fellow students were actually taunting her and bullying her, that they would call ICE on her and her family specifically. And that is heinous. So again, if you've got a teacher like this guy, that is A-okay to a green light for bullying, for the kinds of things that ended in a young girl committing. But if you have a teacher, when again, I think the vast majority of them love their students, support their students, and they would never sell them out to law enforcement and certainly not ICE.
We covered that story as well of the 11-year-old, and the reality of that story is connected to this one. It actually had a lot to do with the administration and faculty doing absolutely nothing to protect that 11-year-old. All right, we'll bring you updates.
Yo, this is crazy. So we got to figure out what to do, man. I've made my stand, like I told a lot of people, man. I'm hoping y'all can see that right there. There's a QR code on that flyer right here, right? Let's protect our students with special needs from neglect and bullying, right? And it seems like a lot of students from a lot of immigrant students are going through the same situation right now, right? It's messed up, but there is a policy in these schools, right? There should not be no politics in these schools, like my OG over here said, my old head 22 Roland said, right? Them two should not be mixed up together, but for some reason, he is getting mixed up. We have to make a change in our schools, and the only way we could do that is if we do it. You scan the QR code on this flyer right here, you will be able to see the petition, right? And what it says and what a shorty is trying to do. A shorty will be taking this to the legislators, right? I will start off with Cheryl Parker here in North Philadelphia, and I'm going to aim higher than that, right? I'm going to go speak up on the behalf of our children, on the behalf of a lot of parents that can't make it to, the school board. A lot of parents, that are either scared or can't, for whatever the reason is. I know a lot of parents just don't care. But, I'm an advocate for our kids, and, they got rights too. Same way that women got rights, the same way men got rights, our youth got rights too, our children got rights. And it's time for us as the adults to stand up and fight for it. So It's up to you. Like I've told a lot of people, a shorty made her stand. Now it's up to y'all to make yours. What is y'all willing to do? So on that note, till next time, this y'all shorty. And listen, before I end this live, make sure y'all sub up, man, because I don't schedule lives. A shorty just pops up. There's too much going on out there. Plus, I got to put in this footwork out here. Make sure y'all sub up. Till next time, this y'all shorty Rachel. I'm out. In the old days, love was pure and true. Now it's just a show for all to view. People use it for their own gain, leaving hearts in sorrow and pain. Once a sacred bond, now just a game. Hearts are broken, never quite the same. Love used to be a beacon bright, now it's lost in the shadows of the night. Oh, how we long for those days of yore, when love was honest forevermore. But now it's twisted, tainted and cruel, leaving us drowning in an endless pool. What can we do? In the spiritual world, all seems bright, but shadows lurk in the dead of night. Half of humanity wears a wicked guise, evil deeds hidden behind virtuous eyes. Beneath the surface, in darkness lies, massive deceit veiling their lies. In this realm where good and evil collide, the line between them is blurred, hard to decide. So tread carefully in this world so grand, for not all that glitters is gold in the sand. In the spiritual realm where illusions endure, evil and good dance in eternal obscure. Just imagine that. Karma doesn't ask you how you want it. It just comes and take it. So be careful how you treat others on your way up the ladder, because your way down, trust me. In a world of empty stares, fake love fills the air. Sincerity's distant glare, leaving hearts in deep despair. Truth is lost in a web of lies, hiding behind deceitful eyes. Love that fades and slowly dies, leaving us with heavy sighs. Aching souls in a loveless land, yearning for a genuine hand, but fake love rules with cruel demand, leaving us to understand. In this age of like and retweets, we've forgotten what real love truly means. It's not just about show and tell, but a feeling that makes our hearts swell. It's hard to know who's true and who's fake in a world where appearances are hard to shake. But real love is deeper than a profile pic. It's in the way that someone makes your soul click. So let's not get lost in the digital haze. Let's remember what real love truly conveys. It's not about followers or online fame, but a connection that sets our hearts aflame. In this world of make-believe, they all wear a smile. But behind the scenes, it's just a clever guys, puppets in their show, dancing in their stage. We're all just pieces of their charade. Beneath their mask of joy lies the tangled web, where secrets and deceits are carefully bred. Their lovey-dovey act is just for display. We're all caught up in their twisted play. So let's break free from this illusion so grand and see through the facade with hearts unplanned. No longer pawns in their game of charade. Let's find our own path and not be swayed. I feel like I'm surrounded with people with strings attached to their back, waiting for their master's command. It's like when I was little, right, and I was reading Pinocchio. Every time that he told a lie, his nose grew. It's just that, in real life, their noses don't grow. Karma just catches. In the shadows we seek, a love so pure and meek, but all that's left is a ghostly echo, a memory bleak, longing for a bond that's true in this world so cold and weak, yearning for the love we knew before the all turned antique, lost in illusions of affection, bleeding like the mist, hollow hearts yearn for connection in a realm dismissed, seeking solace in echoes of the past where love truly exists, but all we find are mere reflections of what love once kissed. Amidst the ruins of our hearts, we search for something real, yet all we grasp are faded echoes of what used to appeal in this world where love has become just a commodity to steal. It's just a little food for thought.